JKB back with another episode. Today I'm reviewing Sonic Mania on the show, so thank you so much to Sega for sending over the review copy. I'm here in Toronto, back in my studio, and it is so goddamn fucking hot. I'm sweating like... I'm not going to say that. So anyways, thanks for watching, and also I've got a Discord server set up for you guys to come and check out. All you gotta do is go to the link in the underbar and it's gonna put you into a community where you can talk about movies, video games, spoilers, non-spoilers. Also do voice chat and video chat coming soon to it. So check that out, link in the underbar. Let's get into the review of Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania is a side-scrolling platforming game out for the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Sonic Mania is inspired by the original Sonic games released for the Sega Genesis and features the classic 2D graphics with remastered versions of stages from the previous games alongside brand new stages. When you start the game, you can pick from the classic Sonic and Tails together, Sonic on his own, Tails on his own, and of course, Knuckles on his own. Once again, you have to defeat your evil nemesis, Dr. Eggman. Let's get this out of the way. This is a game that is made for the fans of Sonic. The classic 2D fucking Sega Genesis Part 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, all of that combined into something called Sonic Mania. It's incredible to see this many people just absolutely in love with the game once again, and it reminds you of when you first played the Sonic games. I remember playing the Genesis for the first time at a Microplay, which is an independent video game store in Barrie, Ontario, Canada, and walking in there and seeing the blast processing in front of me for the first time ever was spectacular. Even though that really didn't mean anything, it just was something fancy that the Genesis team could say. It meant that it was about speed, and to have Sonic, that was the game to showcase the speed of the system, even though it was essentially the same as the Super Nintendo, but good marketing. I'm reading a book right now called Console Wars, and this book explains all of that. The marketing for the Sega team, the marketing for the Nintendo team. So shout out to that book. If you haven't read that book, you gotta leave right now and just go, well, after the video, I need to eat fucking sandwiches, but go get that book. So once again, I've been reading that book, so it's really brought me back to the past and the days where Sonic kicked Mario's ass for one Christmas. And not by much, but they came out of nowhere and kicked Mario's ass for a whole Christmas in terms of sales. And it was spectacular to turn the system on and see Sonic in front of me again with such love and devotion. The design is there, the sound effects, the music, everything is just all back, and it's really because this game is a fan service. It's made by Christian Whitehead, well, at least he's part of the team who made it, and he is somebody who's been known in the sort of Sonic independent scene, modding games, for quite some time. This game is just such a love letter to the past, and I gotta point out, I'm not just letting nostalgia step in here. This is really fucking good. The three playable characters have their own unique gameplay abilities. Sonic can perform a drop dash, which sends him rolling after a jump. The Tails character has the ability to fly and swim, and Knuckles can glide and climb walls. Returning from Sonic 2 is the ability to let the second player control Tails independently alongside the first player, which is Sonic. Without giving too much away about level design and the old and new, I gotta say it starts out very, very familiar if you know about the Sonic games. It starts out with Sonic and Tails. Well, it kind of depends on which character you choose, because something cool about the game is the background is unique to each character. Yes, the stages are all the same, but the story is told a little differently for each of them, and it's kind of only through animations and background design that it's going to be different. However, the Sonic level will look like the classic Sonic level, when Tails looks like he's sort of in a different area, but it's the same level, it's just the background's different, and Knuckles looks like he's in a jungle. So it's kind of cool to see a unique spin on each of the characters with the same, obviously, the same levels. So that's one thing I wanted to get out of the way that I found unique about the game. The second thing is they've taken classic levels and remixed them. So there's different parts to stages now, tons, and this is where I want to say, no spoilers in this review because there's tons of things and secrets and things you just won't remember from the game and rediscover, but then things that are put in there in spots that you thought were the same, but they're not. So it's very cool and unique to go back into the levels and figure out everything. Now, of course, I'm going to talk about the fact that a lot of people had trouble with Sonic back in the day with the pacing. And I mean the actual gameplay pacing where Sonic would spin around like a ball and then all of a sudden you stop dead against a wall. That was annoying for a lot of people. I talked to some of my friends and they said I just couldn't get into Sonic back in the day. But for me personally, it was about figuring out point A to point Z in the level and going as quick as possible and collecting all of the stuff on the way. I really feel that they kind of went back to the drawing board for the remix levels and looked at it and said, okay, like at points in time, we want Sonic to go through the whole level without stopping. That can actually happen in this game now if you figure out how to do that. So there's things you're going to need to do like glide and jump and get into different areas of the level as you're going along. That's spectacular. As always, you have the same abilities from the original, so all of the characters, like I said previously, they have all of their own unique abilities, and it plays identical to the original Sonic. Sonic 2, I would say, is where they hit the stride, because Sonic 1, yeah, it was the original, but Sonic 2, I felt, with Tails, like, the new abilities, and everything was, like, came together. And Part 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, and you know the history of this. It just kept getting cooler, but some things you didn't like, some things you liked. Now in this game, they've really filtered out everything we didn't like, but they've included a few things that some people might not like. For instance, the bonus levels are returning from some of the past games in the series. This takes him out of the 2D platforming and puts him in a third-person perspective where you have to essentially chase down a UFO or something in front of you. And that's interesting for the bonus levels and collecting bonus points, but for the main game, it is just spectacular. The game also features time attack mode where players complete levels as quick as possible, and the best times are posted onto an online leaderboard. This is great for speedrunners. Is it a perfect game? No, it isn't. So for that, I'm going to say the pros right now. There are 12 zones which are split into 2 different separate acts. You go through the level, you get to the end, it goes to Act 2. You get to the end of that, boss battle with Eggman and his evil henchmen. And some of the boss battles are very, very cool. Some of them you've seen before. The point here is, it's enjoyable. It's pretty good when it gets to the end of the game here. But in saying that, there's some other really good things in the game, such as the price of the game. That's a pro. Unbelievable price on it. There's not much else to say about that. You're getting a lot of content for a very cheap price. It's only digital, which is a little, annoying for some people, but also the classic levels, the design of the classic levels mixed with the remix levels is amazing. The level ups, which you kind of get all over the place at the beginning of the game, amazing to see those. Tons of secrets, and the music in closing is spectacular. So I'm just gonna get to the end here and say that if you want nostalgia, you want to go back in time, you want to do something that you haven't done for like 25 years. This is the 25th anniversary of Sonic, and what a way to really get back into it. We're going to see how Sonic Forces turns out, but right now Sonic Mania gets a solid 9 out of 10 from me. It's a definite pickup for every system you can own it on. I've been playing it on the Xbox One and my Nintendo Switch. It's just amazing. It is an amazing experience. Go pick it up if you were even a subtle fan of Sonic. It's amazing to have on the go. And in closing, thank you once again for watching. Please go join my Discord server where we can chat about Sonic Mania. I'll see you on the next episode of JKB, which will be coming into September. I'm going on a vacation. I won't be in Toronto anymore. I'm gone. I'm going somewhere special. I'm not giving it away. Thank you so much. Let's just say it's what's happening at the end of the month is like a dream come true. And in September, when I get back and everything's edited, you're going to see something special here. Something really special. So thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next episode of JKB.